What a game. What the two teams just getting after it. And, we as coaches from Arkansas made the comment the other day that after playing Oklahoma State on Saturday that this is one of the best teams we've played all year, one of the top two or three. And we play in a really good league. They play in a great league. I feel very fortunate to get out of this regional with the win tonight and just to win the regional. They're physical. They have really good arms. There's really no weakness up and down the lineup. They've got speed. They can bunt. Good mix of left and right-handed hitters and an outstanding coaching staff. And I just feel like that, for us to win today, we had to have some things go our way, and we did. They lined out to right. That was a big play by Lanzilli, and I think the ball was hit low, the runner at second, and I think that might have been the seventh inning. He didn't tag because he didn't know if it was going to drop or not, and that was big time. Got one run in, but the runner was still at second, and then, obviously the big two-out hits is what we got, and it just chipping away, Getting that fifth run was huge, even though we're up 4-0 at the time. They go in and hit a home run real quick, and all of a sudden that run's gone, and then I don't know. We just kept thinking we've got to score some more runs because history has shown here that in the 8th and 9th inning, no lead is safe. And, when Michael, Campbell just kept throwing change-ups to our left-handers, and we told him, just sit soft. If he throws a fastball, just hope it doesn't hit you. Just look for a breaking ball or change it soft. And he was really the only lefty that kind of stuck with the plan. And he finally, after the fastball that was in that they complained about, he was just sitting on something soft, and he got it, and he hooked it down the line. And it was a big relief on our side, but at the same time, we didn't feel like the game was over. And, I'm giving a long talk here, so I won't have to answer so many questions, but our pitching was outstanding. And started with Zach Morris, tremendous job. Cole Ramage came in and gave us everything he had. It was his third time to throw this weekend. Zebulon came in and got us a couple outs, and then, Hagan came in and he just flat out was not going to be denied. And I think after we got the force out at second on the bunt play, I think that kind of shocked him a little bit because we threw to second, and that was all on Wallace. He charged hard. The bunt was to him. He fielded clean, got his hand, made a perfect throw. He was out. And that took a little bit of steam out of him. Then he hits the next guy in the knee. And then after that, he went to work. And just an amazing, amazing job by Hagan in that tough situation with all that was on the line for our team.
Today, bases are low. They only got one out, and he gets 2 strikeouts. What do you think the job Hagan did? And Michael, after Dave answers that, maybe what do you think of his, demeanor on the mound, just the job he did getting you guys out of that jam?
Okay, I'll answer it again. It was unbelievable. I thought it was unbelievable. I mean, he was the guy. I had trouble sleeping last night, and I talked to Coach Hobbs before I went to bed. I talked to him when we met at breakfast, and I said, if it gets to the last 3 innings of the game and it's tight and our guys are all tired, he's ready to go. I mean, I asked the pitchers to text me last night. On the bus, I asked them, if you've got anything, you tell me what you got. And my phone started ding, ding, ding. Hagan Smith is the first text on my phone. And he said, my arm feels awesome. I want the ball in any situation. He sent it to me. I got it before I even got up to my room when I spoke to him. And that meant something to me because I felt like he really wanted the ball. He's got all the ability in the world. He didn't have a good outing, the day before last. And to get out those good hitters, we need that kind of stuff on the mound. And once he got it together and he struck out 9 hole, 1 hole, our team was jacked. And so was he. We had to calm him down because the game wasn't over. So just an incredible job by our pitching staff.
Yeah, Michael, what do you
said it pretty well. The text example is a good explanation or word to describe him. He's always that guy that's that confident. Him and Brady have the same mindset going into the game, and I love it. The guys are 18 years old, and I've never seen anything like that in my life, and it's really fun to catch.
Are you worried about a freshman being in that situation and the bases loaded, one out, everything on the line? I mean,
If there was going to be a freshman out there to do it, it was going to be him. I thought he handled it really well. I tried to walk the home plate, give him a second, catch his breath, and just kind of take in the moment. And he settled in and did what we needed him to do.
Dave, there was a fan, an Arkansas fan up on the concourse, and when you brought Hagan in, everybody's kind of like, whoa, whoa, and he goes, let me tell you something, guys, he's really a natural closer. I'm telling you, he's a natural closer. And I don't know how you feel about that, but he turned
Well,
out to be right.
it's funny. Can you give me that guy's number? If he needs a job, I might be able to hire him. We talked about it in the fall, that if we had enough, we would love to close Hagan Smith. We loved him. Because in the fall, what do we give him? 2 innings here, 1 inning there, and he was lights out most of the time, and we're going, wow. And this guy could pitch at 91 to 94, but if you say, here's the ball for 1 inning, I mean, he touched 97, 98 in the fall, 1 inning here and there, and he turned 18 in August. He's the youngest guy on my team. So, yeah, I mean, if we had that luxury to close him, that would be fantastic. So we kind of saw some things we needed to see tonight. You know, I would have loved to have won yesterday, but since we won tonight and the way we won, maybe that's what we needed to see.
You touched on some of these defensive plays, but in particular the one that Wallace made to end the second and the one that Moore made to end the third. How big of a momentum swing did you feel like that was?
Well, Wallace's play might have saved the game because, you know, bases loaded, jam shot, he's playing back a little bit, bare hands, throws the ball on the money and leaves his feet, never goes back, he goes to the ground. So that would have been 1 run in, or he could have thrown it down the line. They had 3 in. Wouldn't you know who's coming up next? Probably Riggio, I think. So he might have hit one in the seats because that's what he did all weekend. And, I mean, who knows? And, I mean, if you can pitch and play defense, you're going to be in the game. You got to hit. But that was an incredible play. Robert made a couple of nice plays. You know, Stovall made a nice play. I mean, there was just a lot of nice plays tonight.
Talk about your mindset coming in, and how long did you think you could go, or were you just, on
Yeah, so going back to kind of what Coach McHorn said on the bus last night, he just said, text me any pitcher, let me know what you can do. And, you know, I texted him, I just said whatever's needed in any situation. And so I just felt like, you know, it could have been my last game ever here. And so I just knew that I had to give it all I had. And I was ready to throw until the game was over with. But, you know, we had a lot of people in the bullpen that could still throw, you know. Going to Zeb and Hagan afterwards was big time.
Michael, what did you think of the job the pitchers did tonight? And then could you describe the hit you had in the ninth inning of such a big hit off Campbell?
Yeah, they did a great job. We knew going into the game it was going to be all hands on deck, and everybody down there was ready to go in the game with the right mindset. So it's fun to catch, man. We got some electric arms. And on the hit, I don't know, just trying to have fun, put a good swing on a hanging changeup, and that was all.
Dave, how easy was it to start Zach tonight, and what did you think of his performance?
Zach looked great to me. I mean, he seemed calm, cool, and collected out there, just flipping it up there about 91, 92. I don't know. I only look up there every now and then. I'm a little superstitious towards that. I don't even want to know what they're throwing. I just want them to throw strikes. He looked good, you know. I mean, he gave us a couple of pretty good innings, and then there, and I guess it was the fourth when he walked a hitter or two. It wasn't like he was scattering it, but it was time to get him. You know, I look back on it. I wish I wouldn't have started him back in that inning. But he really didn't give us any reason to not send him back out, and except that he'd already pitched once this weekend, and he's probably getting tired, you know. So I thought he did a great job, and, you know, I would have no problem starting him next weekend or whenever. You know, we'll just, you know, I sure like him in the bullpen because he knows, if I know what he can do, he can come in and settle it down and fill it up. And this is a guy that didn't get to pitch a whole lot the first half of the season. He was frustrated. When he did pitch, it was okay, and then it was good, then it was okay, and then it was bad. And I know Coach talked with him, Coach Hobbs talked with him, and gave him the ball. And, man, ever since that, he was another one of those arms. We kept saying we need one more guy, we need 2 more guys. And that's why we're sitting here right now, because we had some guys step it up.
I guess, Dave, I think this is gonna be your 13th super regional. It's gonna be, Michael, it's gonna be your first. Maybe each of you could just maybe describe the emotions, the feelings about doing that for the first time and for the 13th time.
It's cool. I don't know. Would never have been in this situation a couple years ago, so I'm super excited about it and just trying to do everything I can to help the team win.
Stillwater had two RBI singles, both played at the battle. Just talk about him coming through this tournament. He had several big hits.
I've seen him finally relax. And we sat him for about 2.5, 3 weeks when he hurt his finger. And the day he hurt his finger, he wasn't playing. I had him working out at second base, working with him. About the third ball he gets, takes a bad hop, hits him in the fingers, bleeding all over the place. And put some other guys in the lineup. We were winning some games. We were hitting pretty good. And we had a meeting with him and told him what he needed to work on. And it seemed like he just relaxed. I think the kid had a lot of pressure on him. Start the year, too much hype. Nobody can play in this league that well a lot of times, when you have that on you. I think he's really swinging the bat a lot better, swinging at better pitches. Those were huge, huge RBIs. That fifth run was big for us. And I think Michael was sitting right next to me or standing next to me when he got that hit, lined it up the middle with 2 strikes, and you were pretty excited about it.
Yeah, I was fired.
And, because he's starting to drive in some runs down there for us and be a tough out.
Could you answer that question about 13 supers?
Yeah, I didn't know it was that many. It's amazing. I mean, if you get to a super, you got a chance. And it's hard to get to a regional. It's super hard to get to a super. No pun intended. Okay, but I'm excited for the team because we get to keep playing together. I feel like in the last 2 weeks the team's gotten closer than it's been all year. You can feel it, you can see it, and they don't want to lose, and they want to keep playing. So we'll go back and get some rest and get everything set up. Find out when we play. We're playing Friday or Saturday, and we'll head east. I'm looking forward to it again.
What do you think about North Carolina off the top of your head?
Yeah, I mean, preseason they were up there pretty good. They, like all of us, they had a little rough patch in there, and then they fought back out of it, and they're just really solid. I don't know their names. They have a beautiful ballpark, probably about 10 years old, new and really nice setting, beautiful campus. I've been on the campus. I've never played a game there. I've never played North Carolina in all my years, believe it or not. I can't remember ever playing them.
Dave, considering the way the ballpark played all weekend and pitching staffs running low today, were you surprised at all that the game played out the way it did, or did you kind of have a feeling it would maybe be that way?
Yeah. No, I mean, 8, 9, both teams in there is probably what I thought would have gone down. But you could tell that, Oklahoma State's probably tired. And they played all day yesterday, been in their shoes before, and sometimes you're just not quite there because you're just fatigue set in. So after an inning or two, I guess before the game, I thought the score would be 7-6, 8-7. I knew it was going to be tight. I didn't like the fact that we were visitors. I didn't want to talk about it because I didn't want them getting the last at bat if it was tight. But once the game got going, I thought their starter did a great job. He wasn't trying to overpower us. He was just pitching, throwing that cutter, slider, or whatever it was, and we were having trouble with it. Our right-handers had a lot of trouble with it. Lefties were okay. But I don't know. That's a tough question to answer because baseball, it wouldn't surprise me if it was 2-1 after all that's gone on.
Michael was the MVP of the regional.
Awesome.
And for you and Cole.
Congratulations.
What did you think of his performance?
It's unbelievable.
What gave you both sides?
Man, that's a tough position back there in the heat, catching, throwing, and sweating, and grinding, and calling pitches. It can be a little stressful, and then trying to hit. That takes a tough individual to do what he does. And I've always said this: catching's the best position on the field. You're the only one facing the whole field, and you're involved in every play. And you got to have special people back there if you're going to have a good team.
Were you finished, or did I even catch up?
I'm done. Cole, did you?
All I gotta say is I'm really glad he's on our team. That's all I got.
Michael, what do you think of Stovall, the way he's played since he came back from that injury?
It's great. Yeah, like Coach said, I think he's relaxed now. He talks to Caden and I a lot, and I think talking to older guys, if I was in his shoes, I would talk to some older guys and kind of get some advice, and I think we helped him relax a little bit, and he's just being himself, just like he was in high school last year when he was having all these prestigious, big things said about him. But like Coach said, it's a lot of pressure. So when he relaxes and plays like himself, he's a real deal.
Dave, I guess you passed Norm from, you got one more NCAA one now than he does. That kind of protects our candidates. But just
Where do you come up with all this stuff?
actually, Matt wrote about it. I just read it.
Norm's the best. Norm's the best. I don't, yeah.
I guess, what does that mean to you to pass him? And, you know, some people might say, and you're obviously a great coach, some people might say you're the best coach ever at Arkansas, but, you know, I'd argue Norm built it up.
Yeah, Norm's the best coach ever. I'm still working. He did it when they played at the fairgrounds, and they had a crappy field. They had nothing. He did it then. Yeah, you know, maybe they play some different teams than we play these days. I haven't won that many games at Arkansas. That's just from Division II 1 year to Division I, how many years I've been coaching. So, hey, it's awesome. It's an honor. I've had a lot of great players and a lot of great coaches, and we've won a lot of games. I'm proud of it, but never did I ever go try to catch Norm DeBryan because, you know, I worked for him. I played for him. We talk, we text all the time. He comes by my office. Man's 81, 82 years old. He comes by for 15 minutes, and then we talk for a minute, and he'll get up and say, well, I got my baseball fix. I'll see you later. I'll see you, Norm. It's pretty cool.
Michael, I think it's the fourth inning, and you threw behind the guy at first and got him. Like, you walk us through what you saw in that play? And
Yeah, 2 pitches prior, before Cole came in the game, I saw he was getting a pretty big lead, and which he had the right to do so. Stillwater was shifted over a little bit, and it kind of worked out perfect when Cole came in because I wanted to talk to Stillwater, but I didn't really want everybody to know what was going on. So we just discussed it out there and told Cole that, look, I want an outside fastball right here because there was a righty up, and he put it in a perfect spot and just bang, bang play, and it was cool.
Cole, how big of an out was that for you? You know, helped you get out of the inning without having to face the top of the order.
Yeah, it's huge. You know, you come in that situation, you got 1 out, and, you know, just that extra out is huge to get to that 2 outs because you know that, you know, you can get a strikeout and get out of it. You can get a pop out and get a ground ball. You can get anything. And just knowing that we got a guy back there that can make plays and give me an extra out whenever I'm on the mound is really good to, you know, have in the back of my mind. But getting that second out is big time. You know, it calms the situation down a little bit. It takes a little bit of pressure off, and just knowing that I just got to get the guy out at the plate because, you know.
When I went out to the mound to make a change, that was all Michael. And he said, so Cole's running in, and he starts talking to Stovall and me, and he says, the guy's getting a big lead. I think we can pick him off. And the only thing that I said is then what I want Stovall to do is we're going to cheat a little bit, and you're going to, as the pitch is being delivered, you're going to have to start moving that way. He hits it in the hole, hey, it gets us. And, I mean, that was all Michael Turner. He saw the field, like I just talked about, and he saw that we had a chance to do it. That was a huge play in the game. That was a momentum killer right there. And that's what you want behind the plate.
Michael, when you were in here Thursday, you were talking about rest, and you said you thought that might help you this week. And looking back on it, having that week off, how much do you think that helps you catch 4 days, have the type of week you have to play?
It helped a lot. This is by far the most I've ever caught in my career, and then 1 season for sure. And I can't remember the last time I've caught 4 days in a row. So that rest was nice, not only for me, but I think for everyone on the team. It kind of brought everybody together, and I just felt confident going into this weekend.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right.